sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun video regarding, I think the Gdansk is way more powerful than Smaland now. I'll have to admit it and say it. And we're going to do a little clan battle strategy tips on the map Northern Waters. But before we begin, thank you guys for all the support that I've received for the channel. And all of you guys out there building the community, having a great time. You like, subscribe, bell button below. Appreciate all the support. And we're getting to 2,000 subs. At 2,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a free premium DD giveaway. And I hope you guys have a great holiday season. The Christmas event is going on right now, Santa Claus event, whatever you want to call it, and World Warships, as well as the new, I guess, Kitakame and Displace or whatever it's called, that other battleship that is out for God's amounts of resources, but that is up to you guys. There's tons of other guys doing videos that tell you about how to get it. Me, personally, I'm going to pass on the ships. I think I'm just working towards getting snowflakes and just the steel and everything, and just trying to get another ship. I think I'm going to get the steel ship Bergonia now. That's probably the one I need in the next in line. So let's get right to it. The map Northern Waters, how we set this up. We're going to do basically, as always, I normally like to do the lemming train push that goes down using the islands towards Bravo. Objective is to cap Charlie. Bravo and Charlie will be our objective. What will the enemy team normally do? Well, probably they're going to send one destroyer to Charlie and then one to Alpha, as well as probably maybe a battalion. Not a battalion, it's the Navy. Maybe a group of ships to Charlie, and they'll maybe heavy push Charlie. That's what I'm just guessing. That's what I usually assume that's going to happen. But again, what's warfare is just the best guess, right? And then how do you adapt to that? And so what we're planning on doing is really just staying together, maximizing firepower, maximizing pushes, using speed. Since we have 3 destroyers that are 2, I typically like the 3 destroyer makeup because it gives you the option. If you did want to press one person to Alpha, you can. But in this one, we actually wanted to do the strategy of proceeding down to Bravo with the 2 destroyers staying together for scouting, 1 destroyer staying in the middle for spotting, and then the rest of the cruisers and battleship in tow, while the battleship is supposed to maybe linger back and absorb damage at Bravo. So this is kind of the idea behind the strategy. Now, what are the pros and cons about this? Well, one, obviously they'll take the 2 caps right off the bat, but I've always said, honestly, it's not about who has the 2 caps the first, it's who can hold them the longest and kill the most ships. So my strategy is really off the bat is, one, we want to definitely take 2 caps. That's the goal eventually, Bravo and Charlie. But the other one is we have a max amount of firepower right here. Look at the max amount of firepower that we have that can converge on any ships that decide to either, this is their favorite spot right here, holding right at the little, I would say, little corner point of this mountain to hide for cover. And then the enemy team naturally will either want to push out to this way or turn around, or they'll just sit here and be stuck, and it allows us to maximize firepower on any one of those victims. And that's kind of how I like to play it. Now, what will turn out to happen, and the other downside is, that they get to flank us from the west. So they could easily come through here, get nice broad shots, or they come back if they take the long route, cap Bravo from behind, requiring us now to actually have to drive the long distance to get to Alpha, which does take a long amount of time if these guys are not eliminated. So those are the downsides for that. What are the big sides I'm thinking of is going to happen is, once we have our battleship and cruiser players positioned, not only can they readjust fire quickly to wherever they need to be, but it also allows us to be able to defend Charlie and also run back to defend Bravo. Notice that they have to run all the way. The enemy has to run all the way around from Alpha or back to Charlie. Again, that is why they have to spread out so much, and also they have to spread out in the beginning, because guess what? At the very beginning of the map, the initial push, 3 of them over here, while we have 7 to their 4, giving us a superior number of firepower. So again, I always try to play the numbers game because I don't know about anybody's skill. I don't know how they're going to play, but normally by doing this, you maximize your chances of winning, because look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guns shooting at maybe only 1 guy that can shoot at a time, maybe 2, and the last 2 guys are in the back where the battleship has the lowest fire rate. Now these 3 guys are stuck at Alpha, whoop-de-doo, done, la-di-da. They can either decide to sit and hold Alpha, or they're going to try to cap Bravo. But again, we're defending both Bravo and Charlie, assuming that we do survive and maintain our damage output. So that's kind of like the strategy here. You're going to notice that the gameplay will actually turn out to be this way. I think they initially, again, follow what my rule is. I'm thinking they're going to push to the north of Bravo, and we're going to have to race back and get it. They're probably going to push through the middle where we can maximize our firepower through the middle. And all these guys are going to probably come down back to Charlie as well, where, again, we're maximizing firepower. All these choke points points right here. So the biggest one is choke point here, choke point in the middle, obviously. And of course, we can always return to Bravo if a guy took the long way around to get to Bravo. So let's actually watch the gameplay and see how this goes, as well as analyze the Gdansk in clan battles. I'm noticing that it's probably one of the most powerful ships in the game now for the meta that it is. And I think it is even better than the Smaland, which is a big thing to say, because back in the day, the Smaland was considered overpowered. I think it still is considered today, but I think Gdansk might give it run for its money. So hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the video. Okay, we're back here at Northern Waters, and you can see the initial push right there with our team pushing to Bravo. Objective is Charlie. So let's talk about some couple things I like about the Gdansk. The Gdansk is the tier 10 tech tree, that is for the European line, gunboat, Mogador, Kleber, all types of things. The black, it's got smoke, it's got radar, it's got guns that are really good. Well, it's got 4 sets of them, by the way. It's got torpedoes, they're like the European torpedoes. So really an all-around ship that I'm going to have to say is a little bit better than the Smaland, I have to say, these days with the meta the way it is, because I'm going to look at the gun range. My gun range is out to 14.4. I got the build for the fast fire reload. I really don't care about my detection because I got a 9-second radar that goes out to 9 kilometers, which is more than enough for me to start a gunfight with somebody and then break away and then disengage. And then I can smoke up and use somebody else's spot for me while I, farm from a hidden cover. So very, very powerful ship. I mean, the torpedoes are only 10 kilometers. If they went out to 12, this thing would be overpowered. But 10 kilometers is fair. It's decent. And of course, it doesn't have any heals. If it had heals, definitely overpowered. But they did this to mitigate the damage output and the survivability of this thing, because, I mean, just the guns alone, look at how far we can reach. And it's really difficult for some cruiser players to really shoot at long distance at a destroyer that's moving away. And I mean, it's challenged. I'm not saying it can't be done. But it's a very big challenge. But also the Smaland can't really do this. Smaland can't really farm from this distance. We're getting this accurate shells, lower arc angles, and the shells are just monstrous. They just start a lot of fires. You can see I've already started 2 right there off the bat, and boom, this Des Moines is not having a good day right off the bat. So if you're a Des Moines player, I would not recommend pushing on this map. And normally you're going to need to figure out, hey, where's the enemy team first? Find an island, find cover, and start maneuvering and weaving in and out while maintaining fire support through battleship. So I would not try to go one-on-one with a Gdansk or Ragnar or Elbing or somebody that's big caliber guns that really can just melt you and burn you down and citadel you. Now, the Gdansk doesn't have the big guns like the 150 millimeters that you like in the Ragnar, Elbing, and Tromp, but the Gdansk does have a lot of guns, a great fire rate, and just starts a lot of fires. It was very, very annoying. I would hate to go up against a Gdansk, but unfortunately, I'm in one. So you can see the normal push right there. As you can see, just as I predicted, I think they sent the battleship and a couple cruisers to Charlie, and Alpha, they probably got a few ships there, so I'm signaling to my team, hey, we need to keep moving here because they're about to flank us from Alpha. We need to make something happen. Let's not get caught up. So it's going to be me and my other destroyer player, the Summers. We're going to have to race down south real fast to Spot and Torp and just push them out of Charlie Cap to make way for the main bulk of the force. So while we're sailing here, I'm just talking about what's going on, all the events. Ooh, we got torpedoes coming our way. We got to also make sure we don't hit torpedoes. Now, the cool thing about the Gdansk is we're going 45 knots, which is great, especially with speed boost. It gets you there really quickly. I kind of like it. It's kind of like a Mogador kind of slash half Marceau Kleber style, because it doesn't get up to 50 knots. I wish it did, but hey, this is, again, that would be overpowered as well if we made it super fast, go fast boats that have great guns, smoke, radar. It would just be too much. But anyways, while we're chasing these guys down, what's going on in the events going on right now? We got the Santa crates and Merry Christmas events that they're doing right now. Pretty fun. I've been working down the tier 10 super ships, getting all the steel as much as I can so they can get the maximum efficiency. Right now, I think they just released, as of today, I saw a pop-up on the World of Warships. They're talking about 50% off your membership for, premium membership to get the best rates, discounts, whatever you want to call it. For World of Warships, where you get better XP, better free XP, better points, better credits, all those bonuses they get for premium account. If you're playing this for free and on a basic, it's okay, but it's a struggle. You're going to have to grind a lot to, get any kind of resources or anything out of that to get the bigger and better ships like you see here. So that's that. Notice we're farming a GK right now. GK just hates life right now. Look how far away we're farming. We're in smoke. He can't do anything. His secondaries are off. I mean, this is essentially what you're doing as a destroyer player. You're becoming that harassing, annoying person on the game that they can't do anything other than push away and run away from a destroyer. That's exactly how powerful the Gdansk and destroyer players can be, when you're making battleships and cruisers run away from you because of the sheer amount of firepower that you're bringing down on them, and it's just not helping their cause at all. Other events that are going on right now, they're doing the, I forgot what it's called. I think it's the Displace or whatever it is, that British looking thing or the French looking thing with 3 guns in the front. And then you got the Kit to Kame, which is coming back, where people are dreading. I've seen videos of people, Potato Quality, Flamu, and all them are playing it. They're actually saying it's not that great. It's actually kind of crappy. I mean, the only thing that made it sold it was the ability to load all the torpedoes all at once. But if you have to load the torpedoes one by one, I honestly don't think it's worth the amount of resources that you're supposed to have. Now, that's me. If you want to go play Kit Kame and spend all those resources, by all means, have at it. But I think right now the consensus on the internet is it's just not worth it unless they change the Kit Kame to reload the torpedoes all at once. I believe that's what makes it fun, right? As well as have the torpedoes go 20-kilometer distance. I mean, that was the whole point, is spamming torpedoes. That's what made it worth it. But me, I'm not grinding for that. I'm going to try to get the Dockyard event, trying to get the Michelangelo, which is that new SAP secondary cruiser focus thing. I've seen videos of it. It looks okay. Not as powerful, I would think, as the Napoli. I still think the Napoli is super powerful for what it is, but I kind of want to get it, the Dockyard event, and just by doing all the missions and everything, getting all the snowflakes, it actually grinds for that pretty effectively and pretty well. We're also working on, I believe, the steel I already told you about. Just working my way down. I think you do tier 7, tier 8, and tier 9. You get in coal and steel all in the bundles there. You do super ships, you get 200 steel per thing. And then, of course, tier 10, you're getting like these Santa tickets, which so far I haven't received much other than maybe the festivity events where I got the Scharnhorst 43. Play the Scharnhorst 43 on tier 7 ranked. I actually enjoy ranked a little bit now with the cruisers and the destroyer players. I'm sorry, the Scharnhorst and the destroyer playing. It's a little fun. It's a little mundane but slow. Not as fast as tier 10 as you can see right here. But the fact there's no CVs or carriers or submarines, it's kind of a breath of fresh air. It's just relaxing, hey, let's just try out strategy, see if it works. Kind of like clan battles right now, but without the severe penalties of massive destruction, where you're playing against Soviet cruisers and everything. You're just kind of playing. Yeah, back in the day when World of Warships was just about skill and just about shooting, and now it's become more about who's got the best ships, who's got the best firepower, and who's played this game a million hours. Let's see what we're doing. We got Bravo Charlie. We've achieved our goal right now, and look what we're doing. We're using our speed and range to actually start burning down the Napoli here. And again, the Napoli, I think, is super powerful, still good with the secondaries. Unfortunately, with the amount of fires that you can start with this thing on the Gdansk, the Napoli can only take so much burning and shots, even though, look at the secondaries, firing out 11 kilometers. That's what I like about it. I like about the new update about them maximizing cruiser secondaries, because that's what secondary is all about back in the day. Any ship has the same guns. I don't know why one ship that has the same secondary guns on a battleship doesn't work on a cruiser. It doesn't make sense to me, even for a destroyer. Some of these secondaries on the battleships are the same secondary guns on a destroyer, and the destroyers, shooting accurate and long range, while the cruiser and battleship can't do it. Doesn't make sense. Anyways, we've captured Bravo Charlie. We've eliminated a majority of their team. They've only got 2 destroyers and a cruiser left. Looks like we are working. Our strategy worked out a little bit. We had the mass amount of firepower at Charlie right now. Going to go ahead and push through. We started 13 fires right now, 98,000 damage with the Gdansk. And you can see why this is such a devastating, powerful ship, especially we have a Summers on our left flank here spotting for us. He's going to run that Alpha just in case as a backup that we do lose one of our caps. We have another one, another cap as our insurance policy in case we do lose by points. So right now we're going to go ahead and try to kill the Summers, because that would help our team out. We're still down by 732 points, but we have 2 caps, so they're 1. So we will uptick a little bit faster. And we start another fire. Look at that, 14 fires so far for the day right there. And we have a Summers in tow, or in front of us, and he's smoking up, which is good, because once our radar goes down, it heals pretty quickly, by the way. The radar cooldown is pretty amazing. We can actually use that to our advantage and get him and caught him in smoke. So the other thing what we're going to do is get the Summers to Alpha. Like we said, insurance policy. Vampire is going to push back towards Bravo. You can see enemy team is now pushing Bravo and capping it as well, while our Salem is going to help and support our Vampire. And that's exactly what I like about the strategy, is that it forces our teammates to actually stay together and work together so that they can actually maximize their firepower and use overlapping fire to support themselves and also spot for each other as well as cover for each other. And when you have a radar, hydro, smoke combo, works really great. That's why the Gdansk is also awesome. It's got the radar smoke combo, which you're pretty much a one-man army in itself, and it's pretty powerful right there. We pop our radar again. Notice it only goes for 9 to 10 seconds, and we can spot if we can aim. I mean, I am just doing so bad right now with aiming. Summers is just trying to just get the crap out of here. He's just using the speed. Our radar goes down. Smart on him not to fire back. Unfortunately, we're getting shot at the Des Moines, which reveals his position. So we are also, again, an annoying destroyer player who everybody's going to try to shoot at. And then that way it reveals their position. Now, Des Moines is going to be spammed on by the vampire in Des Moines. We also have the Summers spotted somehow. So I'm electing to hold off and see if we can help our team get the Des Moines. Our vampire goes down to the other vamp. Wait, what? Oh, there's a vampire out there. I didn't know there was another one. Yep, the other vampire's up there. I thought it was somebody else I was shooting. And we got to eliminate this in order to give us a tactical advantage. We're going to have to burn the Des Moines down. Another fire started right there. 16 fires for the day. And boom, he goes down. Des Moines goes down as well. And oh, he takes out our Salem. It is now neck and neck 2-2. 2 destroyers versus 2 destroyers. Did I not say that the destroyer player is the key component of the game? If you are not a good destroyer player, you don't have a good destroyer player team, you really need some because you need to work on it because they are the key component to this game, if you haven't noticed. Besides, well, I'm going to say it's even better to submarines because submarines have the best concealability and kind of tactics right now, but this is clan battles and ranked and everything. There are no submarines, so really I still believe the destroyer player is the key component of the map, depending upon how you play it and what style of guns that you have, because if you pick, like, say, a Summers or a weak destroyer that can't really destroy battleships and cruisers that well, then it's kind of hard. That's why I focus on the gunboat DDs as well as the big gun artillery boat DDs like the Ragnar. Boom, splash one. There goes our first kill for the day. Like I said, I recommend the Elbing, the Ragnar, and the Trump primarily because they can pen about 30 millimeter armor at least with its 150 millimeter guns. Both those 3 ships right there are specific. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below. Is there another destroyer that has 150 millimeter guns that are really big that can do massive damage on battleships? Let me know. I'm always curious to find out about that, but let's see what we're doing now. So while we're sailing, and this is a good time for me to take a pause and talk to you about what the situation in the battle is, notice that I had to speed boost myself up and start heading in the direction of Bravo, because why? We are losing right now by about 80 points-ish. We are losing, which means that this guy could win by himself holding Bravo. Now, it's too far for him to drive to Charlie, and it wouldn't matter because if we cap Bravo, we might actually stop his progression up as well as have 3 caps going at once. So he's probably going to either, I'm assuming, stay at Bravo and kind of defend it. Probably the smart play would be to run away, not die, and then go to Charlie. Not sure. There's not much time left in the game. He only needs another 50 points. I don't have the timer block on or mod up here, so I don't know how much time is left. I'm asking my team, hey, how much time is left? And I'm using as much speed as I can. Now, this is a good thing about the Gdansk, the speed. I can get 43 knots consistently just driving in a straight line without engine boost, okay? So this is why it's so powerful to be this quick. I know I'm radio located. I don't know where he's at. He knows where I'm at. And I know he's on very, very low health because that's what my team is saying. They almost shredded him. So let's see where he is right now. Do we save this game in the nick of time? He's at 968 points. We're at 933. Can we do it? We're spotted. That means he's in here. We have to take him now. He has way more health, full health vampire. Let's see how the 21,000 Gdansk handles the gunboat sheer firepower of the Vampire 2. Let's see who's going to take down who more. We're just going a little bit more broadside now, showing off. Now, if I was the Vampire, I'd switch to AP right now, and I'm going to smoke up. Unfortunately, he doesn't have radar or hydro long enough to get to me. I slow down, get out of his hydro range, knowing your ship's is good, and then keep firing, keep firing. Boom! Splash 2, and he goes down. That is the game. Save the game in the nick of time. He had 970-something into our 960, and that kill put us over the map. Wow, what a clutch win for us right there, Gdansk, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, like, subscribe, bell button below if you like the game. If you like the video, you like the tactics, like the strategy, or you dislike something, what can we do better? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you enjoy the video. Hopefully to see you guys out there in clan battles, ranked, and also randoms as well from time to time. Be safe out there. Happy holidays, and hope you guys are doing well. Cheers.